Hey guys, how to play Fatutu. This is pretty easy and straightforward, because she kind of plays herself, but let's dive into it. First of all, we gotta take a look at what her spells actually do. So you have a buff here that says it equally redistributes the HP of all allies, then grants 3 stacks of shared shells shared fate to all allies, and retrieves all stacks of spirit shells. So yeah, whenever you use this, you simply redistribute the damage to all allies. That means, for example, if one of your allies would take, let's say, 4000 damage, that character does not take the 4000 damage, but instead your entire team, your 4 teammates, each and every one of those takes 1000 damage instead, which greatly reduces the overall damage that your team takes, because Fatutu also heals the entire team, but more on that in just a second. Then we gotta take a look at her second skill, because yeah, this is where things get fun. And yeah, this deals damage of course, but you also deploy 3 stacks of spiritual, and while you do that, you dispel 1 debuff effect from all of your allies. And the spiritual is the core mechanic here that we have to understand in order to understand how to use Fatutu to the most possible efficiency. So you distribute stacks of spiritual to your enemies by using this debuff. The more spirituals are on your opponent, the more damage extra actions will deal to that enemy. But also, these spirituals, they can be retrieved. And whenever you retrieve the spirituals, all spirituals in fact, from one of your opponents, Fatutu heals your entire team. And that heal is massive, right? And yeah, combined with the fact that she distributes the damage that one ally would take to your entire team, this is like built-in synergy with her already. Now, next up, we have to take a look at her insight, because she simply, when entering battles, she gains 8 stacks of spiritual, and at insight 3 you gain even 4 more spirituals. Also, if you accumulate or retrieve 7 stacks of spiritual, you cast your debuff spell for free on the enemy with the most stacks of spiritual. So this is pretty easy. She kind of plays herself, right? You gain a lot of stacks, you gain a lot of spirituals just for free, right? Without you even doing anything. And whenever you deploy spirituals, you also have a 20% chance to gain Moxie. So all you have to do is, when you start a battle, you use this spell, so all the damage that an ally would take is spread across all the team. And yeah, you already then heal because you retrieve the spirituals that you got for free, and so on and so forth. After you use this spell, you aim to deploy more and more and more spirituals. So not only do you cleanse debuffs from your entire team with this, but your extra attacks also deal more damage. And once you would be in need to heal your team, you simply reapply this buff, because this retrieves all stacks of spirituals, and the more spirituals you retrieve, the more heal your entire team gets. And you would also reapply the buff that distributes the damage throughout your entire team. So very, very easy. Then keep in mind, her insight says that whenever you deploy a spiritual, you have a 20% chance to gain Moxie. So you gain that Moxie like completely for free, basically. You just want to use this debuff spell over and over and over again, until you either have to heal your team or you want to reapply the buff that distributes damage throughout your entire team. Then you use this spell. That's all about it. Everything else is kinda passively. You will use this spell for free by getting attacked, you will generate Moxie to your entire team, you will cleanse debuffs from your entire team, and so on and so forth. And yeah, since you generate Moxie for free and you wanna use this debuff spell all the time, you gain Moxie really fast, obviously, and then you have an ultimate that deals significant damage because it deals 700% mental damage to all of your enemies, to one of your enemies, but this is significant damage. Also, it doesn't stop here. Also, that all spirituals that are deployed on an enemy, you cannot retrieve them, but you still get the effect. So let's say, right, your enemy has like 20 spirituals on them, then you use your ultimate on them, and now for 2 rounds, whenever you would retrieve a spiritual, that spiritual does not get retrieved, but you still get the effect. So you can heal your entire team, for example, with your buff, which would retrieve all stacks of spiritual from your enemy. But if you use your ultimate before you use this buff, the spirituals, they do not get retrieved, but you still heal your entire team. So yeah, this is very easy to play, right? You use this buff, then you keep spamming this debuff, which you also use for free, and you generate a lot of Moxie, you heal, you cleanse debuffs, and you deal a lot of damage with this. And that's pretty much all there is to say about Fatutu. She does everything passively. She generates the spirituals, she makes it so that the damage is shared across your team, she cleanses debuffs, she heals, she produces Moxie for herself, she makes extra actions deal more damage, and she has a good ultimate that deals a lot of damage, right? And keep in mind, she generates that Moxie for free. So yeah, Fatutu is really a massive package, so to speak. Don't take that out of context, but yeah, Fatutu really does it all. Now, yeah, in what teams do you want to play her? It doesn't matter. You can play her in every single team and she will do just fine. She does everything, so you can slot her into every team and she will work perfectly fine and be a huge improvement to every single team out there. But I want to mention one team in particular, and that is the team around Semmelweis and Eternity. Why do I mention this team specifically? Because Semmelweis increases the damage that your entire team does by getting stacks for her ultimate. And now with Fatutu's buff that distributes damage across all your team, it makes it so that Semmelweis gains her stacks that she needs for her ultimate faster than ever before, and it makes this team a lot faster, obviously, and much more consistent. So it elevates the team to a whole new level. It's already a good team, even without Fatutu, but now this team becomes a whole lot better. That's all I wanted to mention. But yeah, don't worry about this too much. You can put Fatutu into every single team and pair her with everything, and she will do just fine. Keep in mind that she excels at together with teammates that use extra actions, because that way you make the most out of your spirituals. But it is truly not something that you must have, right? You can play Fatutu in every single team. And now let's take a look at how things actually look in battle. Alright, here we go. Here they put me into a team that excels at using extra actions with Flutter Page and Jiaonangzhu. So it doesn't really matter though, right? It's just the most optimal thing because of the spirituals, as I explained. So there's one thing about the buff that I want to mention. It depends on the battle that you are actually facing, if you want to use this turn 1 or not. If you don't have to use this turn 1, then you should refrain from it to keep the spirituals active that you generate via your insight. So yeah, you can use other spells. You can generate more spirituals onto the enemy even, right? And then use other characters like your main DPS, or in this team it would be Flutter Page, because you want to generate Moxie with Flutter Page to unlock her ultimate, right? So yeah, you are a little bit versatile. In general, in really tough fights, you should use that buff turn 1. If you play it Fatutu, for example, in the Semmelweis team, then Semmelweis is made out of paper and she is in danger to maybe even die turn 1, you know? And that's why you would absolutely need that buff. It would come in very, very handy. But in a case like this here, you can refrain from using the buff and get Moxie for your other characters and use like extra actions and all that jazz, you know, you get the point. And whenever it would be time to heal, then you can use that buff.
My Crucible really has a mind of its own. Oh, be careful.
And yeah, that's Fatutu, right? That's already it. Like, you keep using your debuff every time you can to produce the spirituals, to generate additional Moxie,
Yes, I got this.
and you use your ultimate whenever ready, and everything else Fatutu just does passively. Really.
Ready, aim. I've got some trouble brewing.
Yeah, I will just keep this battle going until I showcase the Fatutu ultimate once, and then yeah, I mean, we can already quit. Yeah, she triggers extra actions, she makes extra actions deal more damage, she heals, she cleanses debuffs, and so on and so forth. She generates even Moxie passively. And see, yeah, in a battle like this is a very good strat, that you don't use your buff, but you want to use your ultimate, and then you can actually use the buff, because the buff, this one here, it would retrieve all stacks of spirituals, but if you use your ultimate first, it does not retrieve the spirituals, but you still get the healing effect. So yeah, this is the ultimate strat actually.
It looks good on you.
If it's possible, though that is not always possible, right? As I explained. Sometimes in like really tough battles, you need the buff first round.
One day.
Especially if you play a character that is made out of paper and would be in danger to die, like 37 or a Semmelweis, you know, etc.
Wait for the pop.
But yeah, in this case, like if you don't need to use the buff first round, then you can wait and cast your ultimate first before you use the buff, so you don't retrieve the shells. And you can see I just used my ultimate, and I have my ultimate again because I generate so much passive Moxie. I generate Moxie passively non-stop.
Oh look, here's another one. What I'm good
It's like Fatutu is actually really cracked.
One day.
She can get a little bit annoying, but I mean, it's fine. You will get to a point where you don't even hear this anymore, so bear with her.
Oh, be careful.
And there we go. You see, like it's actually fucking crazy. I just used my ultimate twice and I have it again.
You want me to?
So nuts. Oh god, I love Fatutu already. She is broken as hell.
I've got some trouble brewing. We'll find our home one day.
But you see, yeah, there is a lot of stuff to say about Fatutu, but in actual battle, you don't really need to do anything. She does everything passively, and that's pretty much about it, really. I mean, yeah, I told you everything about how to min-max her stuff a little bit and her teams and blah blah blah. But yeah, guys, that is Fatutu for you. Actually, a must-have character, super strong. Like, go for her, right? If you have any resources left to pull, like, there's no question about it. That character is extremely broken. But that's about the video, guys. If you like reverse 1999 content in general, please consider leaving a follow on my channel. I would really appreciate it. But until next time, take care of yourselves, have a great day, and we love this game.